Welcome to Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. I'm Joe Reed. Alex Richey is my guest for the week. Actually, she is the pilot for the week, and I'm along for the ride. Hello, Alex. How are you?
Hi, Joe. I'm doing great.
So I got a gander at some of the books you're going to be talking about this week, and aren't they interesting?
Yeah, I didn't set out to have the theme that I ended up having, but oops, all horror.
Yeah, oops, all horror. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I would never listen to a single one of these. And I've read the reviews and they're all marvelous, but I hate being scared.
I hear you, and I completely understand. And there are different levels for all of these.
So you're going to take us through it. And where are we going to start?
We're going to start with Eat the Ones You Love by Sarah Maria Griffin, read by Lauren O'Leary and Barry McStay.
Okay, now this got absolutely wonderful reviews. Sarah Maria Griffin is a poet, so she really is a wordsmith, and the writing is supposed to be spectacular.
I didn't know she was a poet, but you're right, the prose is beautiful.
So give us a thumbnail sketch of this one.
Sure. So it's going to sound a little familiar. This is a story about a girl who starts a new job at a flower shop that is owned by a beautiful woman. And there's also a carnivorous plant inside of this shop that wants to consume human flesh. And immediately that reminded me of Little Shop of Horrors. And I think a lot of people probably had that in mind.
However,
this one doesn't have any comedy. This is all horror. So that's about where the similarities end. So we've got Lauren O'Leary, who is narrating primarily with an Irish accent for Shell and Nev. Those are the main characters. And it reads a lot like a traditional romance story when she's doing the narration. There's a lot of warmth. There's a lot of nervous energy. Will they, won't they? We've also got some emails from Nev's ex-girlfriend that are read with an American accent. And I was really impressed because O'Leary does a good job of switching between the two and has a really good handle on Nev's ex-girlfriend's growing suspicion of what this orchid really is. The orchid is voiced by Barry McStay. So the orchid actually does have its own perspective. His name is Baby. And he watches over Nev and Shell as their relationship develops. He's very callous. He's extremely judgmental. And he narrates the thoughts and actions of the humans around him, primarily with an Irish accent. And Baby is chilling. Baby is a plant with no humanity, so that probably doesn't surprise you.
Well, what's interesting, at least, and let me know if I got this wrong because you listened, I didn't, but I read the reviews, that aren't we getting this from the plant's point of view primarily?
Yes, this is primarily from Baby the Orchid's point of view.
Okay, so we have a love story with a cannibalistic plant. Okay.
Yes, great way to describe it.
Well, why don't we hear a little bit now, and who will we hear from?
So we're going to hear Barry McStay reading as Baby the Orchid. And in this clip, Shell was just invited to join Nev and her friends at a local bar. Shell is infatuated with Nev and excited to see into her life more.
All right. This is Eat the Ones You Love by Sarah Maria Griffin, read by Lauren O'Leary and Barry McStay. We'll be hearing from Barry.
She leant against the closed shutter of the Crown, just like in the morning, but not at all like in the morning, and texted Nev. Hey, I'm here. Bouquet emoji. 2 blue ticks, red. Sound, on the way, replied Nev. This speed gave the sense that she might have been waiting for Shell's contact. The instantaneous reaction was a kind of balm. Nev had, in fact, been waiting for Shell, and was also very nervous, but for bigger and more tangled reasons than Shell could imagine. Any assumption, any curiosity that Shell had about Nev's private life was feeble in contrast to the depth of my best girl's inner landscape. Even her world outside me, outside us, before we were truly united and became as we are now. Nev was enormous, and I only made her bigger.
Oh, he has a lovely and creepy voice, and it just embodies that text so beautifully. You know, the right emphasis, a little understated, but then that kind of bitterness that comes into his voice
Oh,
is
yes.
so cold.
He's great.
So, in terms of gore, where are we? For people who want to know, for gore and for violence, where are we? Give us a barometer.
So, low on the violence. There is some gore, but it's very quiet. It's more disturbing, not necessarily terrifying.
Okay, keep in mind, Little Shop of Horrors did scare me.
Oh boy.
When I say my threshold is low, you have no idea how low.
Okay, so maybe not for you, but oh my gosh, I loved this. So any horror listeners out there, this is perfect for them.
And if what we heard from Barry McStay is an indication of the narration, I think they really nailed it.
Agreed.
This is Eat the Ones You Love by Sarah Maria Griffin, read by Lauren O'Leary and Barry McStay. Okay, it's our week of horror. Down one. Alex, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Support for Behind the Mic is brought to you by Zondervan, publisher of Now You Can Stop Running, Finding the Rest Your Soul Desperately Needs, written and narrated by Pastor Terry Christ. Available everywhere you get your audiobooks. If you like Behind the Mic, leave us a rating, and don't forget to follow us on the platform of your choice. I'm Jo Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.